And when they talk about wash, you talk about being on the bottom. But an old man told me whatever on the bottom is holding whatever's on the top up.
On this episode of Grape Street TV, we gonna talk about living and dying in LA, while the whole internet is shook up over, a celebrity coming out here, getting knocked down and robbed. This is what we deal with on a regular basis, and that's facts. So when we talk about robbery, this happened on a daily basis, It goes back to where they was taking people's starter jackets and taking their Dana Danes and jacking them for their lowriders. People been dying for decades out here, and that's facts. It's not that, the LA culture glorifies jacking people, robbing them, and killing them, That's just a trait that was in the LA culture that's been going on for years. Just like gang banging, shooting and killing each other. It just been going on. It's just something that happens out here. So why everybody's so pressed about the current situations that's been occurring in LA, it's people out here that lost their fathers, their brothers, their cousins, their sisters, their mothers to the streets. So, this right here is way bigger than rap. It started when, like the governments, they started placing low housing complex to keep us grounded and keep us where we was at. And that's facts. People don't see it.
These were temporary housing for the ones that returned from World War II, and then they opened them up for projects for low-income people to live here. They really shouldn't even be here now.
The project is like a big old island, and we all stuck on it.
Now y'all see, like I say, society was set up, to keep certain communities grounded, and a lot of people fought to overcome that. So they did what they had to do to survive. So while the communities was low on jobs and, not trying to get nobody a fair chance, people started, selling drugs and robbing people. But, when the drugs came into play, we ain't got no boats, we ain't got no planes. So, they had to drop it off. And, they already knew what it was gonna do. So next thing you know, people was having trash bags full of money, shoe boxes full of money. Nobody really dealt with the bank, and people didn't know how to invest their money back in the days. It wasn't really nothing to invest in. It wasn't too many opportunities, so people would buy lowriders, Dana Danes, fast cars, 5.0s, starter jackets, and it was people out there that didn't have it. So yeah, they was gonna go out there and they was gonna jack you and they was gonna take it. That's when they started sending everybody to jail.
It really ain't too much violence no more. Everybody in jail, and most of the people dead, and it's like all kids around here. There's nobody to retaliate on.
So around that time, the traits that the kids picked up, they now grew up while their father's in jail. So, they took it and ran with it. And gang violence really turned up really high in LA to where it was people getting killed back to back and people doing a long time in prison, and they couldn't get out and save their kids. So here come a whole nother generation of treacherous project kids, LA kids, to terrorize the city. We gonna take it back to the late 80s to the 90s when they used to issue out government checks. They used to call it the county check, where they get paid on the 1st and 15th, and people would get up on the 1st and 15th and get ready for a jack move. So it's a lot of movies that, these other states glorified about LA that made them move like LA, start making gangs and stuff like that, and judging us off the movies that they seen, such as Menace to Society, Colors, and South Central. So when people used to really be out and rolling in their nice rides and low riders, they had to keep their gun, because 9 times out of 10, when you stop at that red light, somebody was gonna try to jack you, man. And that's facts. But like I was saying earlier, they set up like low income housing, you know, to keep certain areas grounded. So yeah, you got nice parts of LA and you got the bad parts of LA, which, you know, they both add up to the same thing, because when the sharks want to eat, they moving around in the good part of LA, like, you know. So you can't expect to come from out of town and step into the trenches where they already tearing each other heads off at and expect to be safe. It's not gonna happen. It's people out here dying just by getting caught lacking for having money, wearing jewelry. So, you know, it's always good to tap in with somebody when you come into their city and you plan on stepping into the trenches. And I'm also pretty sure that, you know, everybody know this is gangland, gang, you know, gang wars going on, and you don't want to get caught in the crossfire of, you know, just trying to be in the trenches, posting your location, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You still need to check in just to check your surroundings and to watch your surroundings. So with that being said, we're gonna rewind time back to like August 5th, 2022. A fruit vendor in his 30s was shot in Gardena. The shooting took place around 5 p.m. in Gardena. And that's facts. So, you know, LA go through a lot of different like murder robbery situations, but some of them never really get talked about. They hit the news, but as you can see, a lot of people that be blogging, the bloggers out here, they only look for the negativity to throw out there. And not only that, people has also been killed, you know, in dice games and drug deals and being robbed for their drugs and situations like that. But a lot of that never makes the news and gets talked about. A lot of that type of stuff gets swept under the rug. It don't really benefit the community, so they hide it. And the mayors and the government and stuff like that don't want to make it look like the communities are doing bad. They want to make it seem like it's all under control. So the only people that really dish out the negativity is the people on social media, and that's facts. So the true factors about living and dying in LA, you never know how you gonna die. You don't know if somebody gonna try to, you know, take what you got and also take your life, or you just get caught in the crossfire of gang violence, or just being in the crossfire of another crime. And with that being said, this reaction has officially came to an end. You know, I want to end it with saying, rest in peace to all those that fell victim to these LA streets and lost their life. When you come out here, it ain't all fun and games. Ain't nothing sweet about LA. It's just like every other ghetto, but it might be a little treacherous than some.